In a sun-drenched meadow, Amara, a diligent ant, scurried among the wildflowers. Her mandibles clamped tight on a juicy seed. Nearby, Gus, a grasshopper with legs like polished ebony, watched her with amusement. "Why toil so relentlessly, Amara?" He chirped, his voice a merry trill. "Summer's bounty is endless." He plucked a blade of grass and used it as a bow, his legs acting as a violin, creating a cheerful, if slightly off-key melody. He leaped and danced in the warm sunlight. A carefree sprite, Amara paused, wiping a bit of sweat from her brow. "Winter is coming, Gus," she said, her voice a low hum. "We must prepare." Gus laughed, a sound like tinkling bells. "Plenty of time for that later," he exclaimed, launching himself into a series of acrobatic leaps. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Amara and her colony worked tirelessly, storing seeds, grains, and nectar. In their underground chambers, they built sturdy walls and reinforced their tunnels, anticipating the coming cold. Gus, meanwhile, continued his carefree existence, basking in the sun and serenading the meadow's inhabitants. He spent his days playing, his nights sleeping under the starlit sky. He saw no reason to change his ways. Autumn arrived with a sigh of wind, painting the leaves in fiery hues. The meadow, once vibrant, was now slowly fading. The first frost arrived, a thin icy veil across the grass. Gus, his cheerful demeanor replaced by a shiver, searched frantically for food. The meadow, once his playground, now offered little sustenance. He was cold, hungry, and alone. Desperate, he stumbled upon Amara's colony, his usual jaunty air replaced with a desperate plea. He saw the bustling workers there, organized movements, a stark contrast to his own disarray. Amara emerged from the anthill, her antenna twitching. She recognized Gus immediately. Some of the ants crumbled, their mandibles snapping, but Amara held up a tiny paw. "Come in, Gus," she said, her voice surprisingly gentle. She led him into the warmth of their underground haven, offering him a share of their winter stores. He ate gratefully, the warmth and food revitalizing him. As Gus ate, Amara spoke softly. "Gus, your laughter was sweet, but preparation is essential. Summer's bounty is fleeting. Next year, remember this lesson." Gus, humbled and ashamed, nodded slowly. He had learned a harsh but valuable lesson. He had experienced the consequences of his own carefree nature and the rewards of another's diligence. He spent the remainder of the winter helping Amara and her colony, learning the importance of responsibility in planning ahead, a lesson that would stay with him long after the spring. Thor arrived,